In a village nestled by the edge of the ancient forest of legends, life was peaceful, predictable. Here lived Lolo, a young puppy whose curiosity was as vast as the forest itself. His world, and the world of all who lived there, was watched over by the blue crystal of light, a shimmering stone that pulsed with the very heartbeat of the woods, maintaining its delicate balance. But one moonless night, the light went out. The crystal was gone. Panic swept through the village like a cold wind. Whispers turned to accusations, and soon, all fingers pointed to the crows, the forest's notorious tricksters. But Lolo, watching from the sidelines, felt a knot of doubt in his stomach. It was too simple, too easy. The crows were mischievous, yes, but stealing the forest's heart. It didn't feel right. He knew, with a certainty that settled deep in his bones, that the truth lay hidden under the dark, tangled canopy of the forbidden forest. While the village elders debated and the guards planned their pointless pursuit of the crows, Lolo made a decision. He would go where no pup was allowed to go. He would find the crystal himself. Taking a deep breath, Beware and plunged into the shadows of the forest of legends. The air inside was thick with the scent of damp earth and ancient magic. Trees, twisted and tall, seemed to watch him with silent judgment. Look what the forest dragged in. A lost little puppy. Here to get yourself eaten. Lolo, ignoring the jab, simply asked, "Are you okay?" Surprised by the sincerity, the fox sighed. "The name's Eli. And no, I'm not okay. You've got that stupidly brave look on your face. Fine. I'm bored. I'll help you." Lolo ventured deeper. The forest grew darker, the paths more confusing. That night, as they huddled under a giant mushroom, a soft hoot echoed from above. "I am Mira. I have watched this forest for 100 seasons. Do you know who did?" he asked eagerly. Mira shook her head slowly. "But a why? The path ahead is one of puzzles, not pursuit. You will need to prove your worth." Their journey continued, now a trio of unlikely companions. Mira guided them toward a set of ancient ruins, where moss-covered stones were etched with glowing symbols. Eli, with his sharp eyes, noticed patterns Lolo had missed, while Mira provided the historical context needed to decipher their meaning. "It speaks of 3 trials," she explained. "The trial of wit, the trial of trust, and the trial of courage." As she spoke, the ground rumbled, and a section of the ruin slid away, revealing a dark, descending staircase. Their first trial had begun. The trial of wit was a maze of magical illusions, pointing at the false promises of the illusions. "Don't trust what looks easy," he'd mutter. They worked together. Shimmering rope bridge that swayed violently in a phantom wind. Below, a river of shadows swirled. "They call me Rex. Everyone fears me, but I know this chasm. Long ago, I failed my duty, and I have lived with that shame ever since. Helping you, it is a chance to do something right, but a soul-seeking redemption." "We trust you," Lolo said, his voice firm. True to his word, Rex skillfully used his strengths to anchor the bridge, allowing them all to cross safely. The misunderstood snake had just become their newest ally. Their final trial was upon them. As they approached the heart of the forest, the sky ripped open, and a violent spirit storm descended. Howling winds and crackling energy lashed at them. It whispered their deepest insecurities into their minds. Eli was taunted with his loneliness. Too young, too weak to make a difference. It wasn't for glory. It was for the truth. It was for his home. He nudged Eli, stood tall before Mira, and gave Rex a nod of encouragement. His belief in them, in their strange little group, became a shield. It was a light brighter than any fear. As their spirits rallied together, the storm began to subside, its power broken not by strength, but by their bond. The storm cleared, revealing a serene clearing. In the center, as Lolo approached, a voice, ancient and deep, echoed from the crystal itself. It was the spirit of the forest. The crystal was never stolen, the voice explained. It was hidden. A test to see if any hearts in this modern age were still pure enough to understand its true purpose. Bravery is not about the absence of fear, but about seeking truth, trusting others, and protecting what is right, even when you are afraid. The forest had not been looking for a warrior. It had been looking for a hero. And it had found one in a small, brave puppy and his loyal friends. Lolo, Eli, Mira, and Rex returned to the village not just as heroes, but as a family forged in adventure. They placed the crystal back in its rightful place, its blue light washing over the forest, now safer and more vibrant than ever. Lolo had left his home a curious pup, but he returned a true guardian. He had learned that the greatest secrets aren't things to be found, but truths to be understood, and that the strongest magic of all is the courage found in friendship. Thank you so much for joining Lolo on his incredible journey. If you loved this adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. See you again soon.